It's about your awareness. The new you is about your awareness. That's the best part, to where eventually, when you are aware enough, you can step out of all these bodies completely. But at the same time, like myself, you may not want to. I want to stay here and finish this. And there's a lot to do. And so that's how I see it. But everybody sees it their own way. Most people, they want to just, leave this life and gone and be gone. Well, whatever. But this is where you really learn it and really see more than ever before, because it's so hard here. But again, the new you is about your real awareness, and you decide how aware you want to be. And as you come to a certain point, like the real guides, all of a sudden you see, hey, life is bigger than myself and everything. And for the most part, that's why the boys are here. They want to stay and help others get out. Yeah, get them to a certain point, as many as they can. That's what it's all about now, because the world is dying fast, really fast. And we'll touch a little bit of this with Claudie here. Because it's not only on the Earth, okay, this is galactic, and other aliens and whatever on other planets, which we've been putting out there little by little. And Claudia, I'm going to bring you in here. You can explain a little of this. And as we've taken, I put in the request to transport people, just in other words, get them out of the way with what is going on, because for eons they've just caused trouble, which they have. And so a new position is we have stepped up with the people of Iran, the creatures there, or whatever, Iran, because they're reptilian, and they did vote us in to be able to take over as the new leaders, because we had to get rid of the king too. It's very real. Anyone can see it on the real side, and there's more going on with this. And Claudia and I are going to do another episode 3, and talk about this a little bit. Now, for most people, they may not see it. You've got to go to the real side to see this, but it is filtering down. There are those that are sensing that there is a change out there, but it's very subtle. But still, the mechanics here are going on. Okay, so the idea is that, like Claudia saw, the head of the snake is cut off, but the body's still wiggling around. And that's all the situations that are going on here. So this implies the new you in that, yes, it's about your awareness, so that you're more apt to handle yourself and survive here in creation as you're becoming more aware, because you must have this. Just like boot camp, like Chris went through, etc. You must go through it so that you're able to handle yourself with the whole of life, because it's huge. Or you don't. You can pretend that, no, there's no such thing. I'll just go back to my personal life and whatever. Go back to sleep and stay one-dimensional. Choice. It's a choice that each person makes. But a step at a time, we're moving along on a bigger scale here, bigger position, simply because it's not only the bankers and the governments here, they are puppets of the original invaders, and it goes into Orion and other planets and systems. And Claudia knows many of these things very well. So if you want to give a little overview here, Claudia.
Yes, sir. First, a lot of times the information that is on the internet is conflicting. So you hear 2 different, maybe 3 or 4 different stories about what's going on. And for myself, yes, I do a new you session before I inquire as to what is the real side story, because I want to know what the all is wants done in this situation. Like, I'll have a question. What can we do to help Earth right now with the reptilian occupation? The reptilians are here real simple for their own benefit. They have an agenda. They do not look upon us as sentient or equal creatures to them. And yes, they are thousands of years ahead of us in technology and understanding of biology and how to manipulate our genetic background. When they first came here, they were looking for gold because they need that to clean the atmosphere on their home planet that is very polluted. They were also looking for slaves or workers, and they were looking for food. Basically, what they did was they found the smartest monkey on this planet. They changed the DNA in that monkey by adding their own DNA to the gene sequence. They increased our intelligence so we could operate mining equipment. And because we had such a short lifetime, under 150 years at the time, they upgraded our reproductive capabilities. So new slaves would be born and continually supply the reptilians with a workforce. The home planet had its own problems to deal with. It was in a war that was more than 1,000 years in progress going on at the same time. The Queen of Orion wanted to win the war. The population in the Orion Empire exceeded 24 quadrillion peoples or subjects. The war with the Sirius peoples, they were only 12 quadrillion, but that's a lot of creatures. They all had their own agenda. The Sirius persons wanted to win over the Orion people. The Orion people wanted to win over the Sirius people. But as in war, all of us have a different viewpoint of what a win is. To briefly give an overview is to say Earth was not an important asset for them. It was just a commodity. They wanted us for, again, gold, minerals, slaves, workers, and also to eat us as a food product. It's horrible to understand that they don't mind eating alive human beings, especially children and babies. They don't consider us any more than we consider cows our cattle. We're just cattle to them, not someone you would talk to. You don't go out and talk to a cow and say, well, what are your thoughts on the political agenda today? It isn't going to work. The Orion people speak a different language than we do because of their physical makeup. And not to embarrass anyone, but they speak on a physical level. They transmit information in a nanosecond. They understand so much more than we are capable of. So that's kind of the whole problem in a nutshell of what we are dealing with. On top of what we have here, the reptilian situation, we humans have to face ourselves and our own agenda. We have to grow up. And when you look at it from the top down, grow up and do what? Grow up and become more hateful, mean, vindictive, or grow up and become more helpful and appreciate the nature and the planet that has been given to us. But we are thwarted in that effort because the reptilians don't wish us to evolve into a better species. They want us to keep stupid and mesmerized or hypnotized or put down. So they keep us under a constant surveillance. They keep us distracted with war and other activities. Even a soccer game is an activity that is just distracting to us, is that we all focus on that one thing and forget about our duties to ourselves and our planet, our families. All of these things have to come into account, but they're easily forgotten when you're in an important soccer game that many people are watching. And of course, this is a source of loosh, or food, for the reptilians. They are outside the frequency of our eyesight and our hearing. So we can't see or hear them, but they're there and they're collecting.